I'm Haru.
And I'm Riku.
And today we're ranking Haikyuu characters based on who would make the best boyfriend. We decided to rank them based on our own relationship values, so here are mine, and here are my brothers. And with that out of the way, let's rank the dateability of the boys from Karasuno. First up, we have Daichi. He's someone who's a really good leader, and I think that relationship-wise, that's actually quite an important trait because there's always the dilemma in a relationship where you don't know what you want to do.
Oh, yeah. Where do we eat?
Yeah, exactly.
Please
I feel
tell
like
me.
Daichi would always know where they could eat. He'd give some suggestions, but if no one makes a decision, he will. He's also very sweet too. Like if you think about his relationship dynamic, I forget the girl's name in the show, but he's very considerate of her. Like after the game versus Shiratorizawa, he pulled out the charm that she had given him and made it aware that, hey, this is something you gave me and I value it. Thank you for that. And that's big, right? In a moment like that, to think about someone else, even though it's your victory.
Yeah, and just to add, I'm pretty sure that he could stand up for anybody because you see how intimidating he gets. You know, you're out with him and then someone's causing trouble. Yeah. You don't cross him.
No,
either.
He wouldn't let anyone hurt his team. No. Therefore, he wouldn't let anyone hurt anyone that he cares about, right? And he's an attractive dude too.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to have any problems.
Simple and clean, right? Simple and clean. You can't go wrong.
So now the ranking.
Again, this is based on who we vibe with, right? Put these traits into our potential significant other in real life and would we enjoy that?
And I think he probably is an S tier for me because he's just an all-arounder, right?
Well, when it comes down to
there's hardly any, there's no weaknesses that I'm seeing.
There's not. I think it's the confidence, right? The confidence is huge.
Yeah.
And then moving from dad of the team to mom of the team, we got Sugawara. He's a gentler kind of person in terms of his relationships with the team. He's caring.
Patient.
He can be strict too, though, just like Daichi, like when he needs to be, right? Like it's the parent mentality.
Yeah, he steps up when he needs to.
He's a lot more adorable than Daichi is.
Super supportive too. Like he just supports Kageyama all the time, like, and the whole team as well.
Yeah, and it's actually significant that you bring that up because Kageyama is someone that took his position on the team. That's what I mean, right?
It's so full support, even though that happened. It's insane.
Yeah, and it's not a support where it's like, hey, this is your spot, you've taken it. He still wants to fight for that starting position, right? Like he understands his role on that team, but he still has the drive to push for being better, right? And obviously, like as a person, I mentioned my values of drive and trying to be better and to have goals. Yeah, he's working on S tier for me.
I think, yeah, he almost is S tier.
And then remember when he like got teary-eyed when he saw how far Hinata's come?
Yeah, that means he's compassionate.
Yes, exactly. He's caring.
Okay. Another S tier?
Yes. Suga Mom's in S tier. Asahi.
Asahi.
Wait, so first thing I have to say, appearance-wise, I think like he's tall, strong dude. He's got the man bun, the stubble, like that. I think to a lot of people, a cool look. They would enjoy that. However, in the most recent season, I think that his appearance has dropped dramatically.
Ooh,
look at his hair.
They didn't. The art style wasn't fully complimentary of his previous looks. He's super kind and caring, compassionate, but the one thing that he does lack a bit of confidence, though. He worked through that throughout the seasons.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
respect that he built it up.
So one thing I'll say, because I don't want to make it come across as I'm chirping Asahi, because like out of all the characters here, I feel like I relate to him the most. And yeah, he can get depressed if someone says like the wrong thing to him. He can get down on himself. I'm self-aware. I know that's not always the most attractive quality in a person. And despite the fact that he's gained confidence, he still has that like in his nature, which is fine, right? Like that's just who he is.
It's a very realistic quality though, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think it's easier to empathize with him, despite being like someone who's just super confident no matter what. At the same time, having someone with like a positive energy who like brightens my day. I think for me, since I'm like Asahi, I can't have someone like Asahi in my life.
True. You guys would just
we just be super sad and shy.
I'd look over
and never do anything ever.
I'd look over, I'd see a dark cloud over both of you.
Yeah.
Like, stand up.
You'd be like, you guys going out on a date today? It's like, oh, we were going to, but I think we're just gonna stay in and watch Netflix again.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like for feeling bad, I almost want to put him A still, as I want to put all these people
I still put him A.
A high category, but yeah,
personally,
we can go with A. Yeah. Because again, and I think that he's a cool dynamic, being like the gentle giant, right? Like he's so kind, and that's like one of my number one values as well.
Yeah.
So who cares if he's a little sad sometimes, aren't we all? He's a nice guy, and that's what matters most. Okay, next up we have Nishinoya.
Well, he is very loud.
Yeah, he's like the counterpart. He's confidence where it's like,
So-
how do you have this much confidence?
He has so much confidence that he literally announces his confidence as he does something.
Yeah,
Rolling
thunder. Looking at his backstory though too, and I think this makes me admire his confidence a bit more, is that he used to be a scaredy cat. And one of the lessons that his grandpa taught him that I really liked was that the moments you fear are all missed experiences. So I think Noya's really pushed forward with that mentality that he doesn't allow fear into his life because he knows that whenever he does, that he might miss out on something really valuable. And I think that Noya, in a way, would be able to embrace a relationship to its fullest because he won't let fears prevent him from expressing himself and being who he is fully.
You could always count on him.
Yeah.
And he'd just be a fun, honestly, I think he'd probably be fun to hang out with.
Oh yeah, he'd be a
fun guy.
He'd be the kind of boyfriend who would take you on really cool trips. Like he'd be like, hey, do you want to like travel the world together?
And he would just do it.
Yeah.
Loudly and
yes, very
he'd
loudly.
express it the whole time.
But think about that too. Some people don't like people who are so loud and maybe not as mindful as they could be in certain situations. Like he doesn't really care about the consequences of his actions, I don't think.
Yeah, so he could say something insulting and not really realize that it was insulting.
But he is very, I think he's quite empathetic and mindful of people's emotions because like think of Asahi, right? Like he was totally backing him up. However, he was ready to fight if need be. So yeah, it's a different way of showing his love, I guess, right?
Well, for me, I think an A tier.
Yeah. I'm just Noya's awesome. He's one of my favorite characters, but
we have to put it against what we'd want to. But personally, I think A tier because like sort of like you were saying before, on those days where I'm just not feeling it, they could bring me up. They could get me there. For
sure.
So.
But I'm going to leave that point for Hinata because I think Noya would be almost like too much for me, I think. Like that personality. Okay. Yeah, he'd be like, get off your butt, man. What are you doing? Like, but I like being lazy. So I don't know. I would put more on the B side of things. Let's bring in physical appearance before we place him because we haven't talked about that.
I like the little highlight. It's a good look. You got to go for highlights.
Yeah.
People with highlights, they got a story to tell.
It's just cool. Yeah. I feel like as someone who identifies as Asahi type, I have to respect and appreciate Noya more so as Asahi would. So like, yeah, if you want to put him A, I'm fine with that. But I think like personally, I would go more the B range.
Well, I'll allow the B, but my personal opinion is I would say A.
So maybe like rearrange later, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I did recall is that despite Noya's confidence, he's actually kind of a bit nervous around girls. Like he doesn't talk to girls.
But that's just fun. That's
funny. I know. It's a bit of a gag probably, but he's very protective though. But speaking of protective, I think that Tanaka takes that role even more so than Noya.
Oh wait, is he even louder actually? No.
Yes, I think he is. Yeah.
I love when he
screams and rips his shirt off.
It's true. I love when he goes into the what they call me senpai kind of thing. When he's talking to all the teammates.
Him and Noya are very similar in that sense. They love being the senpai. So I think they'd like to be pampered, honestly.
Oh, they would, but they would also stand up for whoever they're with 100%. And you could trust. He's a strong guy. I think he could back it up.
For sure. He's got, I know, bonus points for 6-pack, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like an 8-pack, isn't it? Like
I feel like I haven't paused the screen and counted, but yes, I can imagine. And so I think the loyalty goes a long way too, because the reason why I might put Tanaka ahead of Nishinoya is the fact that we've seen him have a relationship dynamic within the show. And despite the fact that his childhood friend who likes him and is like extremely beautiful was willing to push for something romantic with him, he said, nope, I got to stick to my guns here and I need to stay loyal to Kyoko.
And then another thing with him is I feel like he's fully genuine. I really like how real he is with everybody. And I think he has a sense of humor as well. I don't know if it's an intended sense of humor.
I don't think so. I think it's just his energy.
If you like his energy, then he's hilarious. And I think it'd be fun to be around.
I think I would want him to get a different hairstyle. I know he's baldy, right? But imagine him with like Suki's haircut. Coach Ukai, like with Coach Ukai's hair, that'd be really cool, actually.
I do like him a lot, so it'd be hard for me to put him under an A.
Like honestly, I would go top of B, but
top of B,
I'm only being critical because I'd see him as more like a friend, right? It's hard to see him relationship wise, despite the fact that the show has shown him a developing relationship almost. But I'll put him in A just because of the fact that he lets nothing get him depressed, and that's big.
All right,
I need that.
Straight to A.
Sure. As for the ungrateful second years, we decided to give them a little bit of a lower ranking just because of a lack of screen time. But just to provide a little bit of context, Ennoshita is probably our favorite. He's responsible, fairly relatable, and he can control Noya and Tanaka, which is very impressive. Kinoshita has the cute factor, and he's pretty hardworking, and he should definitely be more confident in himself. In Narita, he seems like a good friend, but he kind of fades into the background compared to the other two. And that's saying a lot because all three of them kind of fade into the background in general. But either way, they're part of the team, so we love them. Okay, let's move on to Kageyama. When it comes down to it, Kageyama's a fan favorite. Typically, I think tier list wise, people would say, okay, S tier, he's funny, he's an attractive guy.
I think the demeanor is straight S tier no matter what, right?
No, I know, that's the thing. But
people love that demeanor.
But technically, it's going to come across as rude, but he is kind of arrogant and gloomy and
a little selfish, a little bit.
Maybe like not considerate of others. And he's grown from that, obviously, but I probably wouldn't get along with him as much.
He'd be very controlling.
He could be, yeah. I think
that's literally his main thing on the court.
I
he
agree.
controls a lot.
I kind of was hesitant there because when it comes down to it, I don't think we've seen him communicate with any females, have we? Has he ever talked to a girl before?
No, he cares about volleyball on the court.
And that's it. Yeah, but that's the thing too. Like, how would you feel if you're in a relationship, you like wanted to hang out, you wanted to do things, and all he cared about was volleyball. That's all he wanted to do.
Like, I respect the drive, because you were saying drive's important.
True.
But
like on the other end of it, yeah, like you should be supportive of that, I guess, right? But and then hopefully you can find some sort of balance.
So it's hard for us to tell how committed he'd be to the relationship as well.
Yeah, I think he could be though.
He could be.
We've seen how much he commit to volleyball, so put that on.
But when he's on, he has to separate the court and the relationship. And I don't know if that's a thing for him.
It would be tough, but I think he's shown that he tries to get better. So I think that if he's in a relationship with someone who communicates with him, then he could learn, and I think he'd be able to adapt. And he's like kind of adorable and has the cute persona. So like, I feel like things wouldn't be too serious. Like, in other words, you couldn't take him too seriously.
No.
If you're in a relationship with him, you'd have to be lighthearted and be like, oh my God, stop being so gloomy and like Hinata, right? Like that's why they have a good relationship.
Yeah, they just sort of move past it.
But like for me, like I don't know, I'm not sure if someone that I was with was like that. I'm not sure how I'd respond.
Well, we gotta remember coolness.
Yeah, coolness matters.
And
true.
The coolness has to put him to at least an A.
Yeah, I know.
But the S, if we don't put him there, it's probably just because that we don't see that type of personality meshing well with ours in a relationship, right?
He's someone that the fantasy of dating him is better than the reality, maybe.
I think that's fair. And for that, it's got to be A.
Let's go for it.
No, I think we might have different opinions on this one. So
really?
you go ahead. You say what you got to say.
Yeah, I think that Hinata would be amazing. Like putting everything he is into a significant other for myself. Positive, bubbly personality, like really happy, super driven, extremely supportive, very empathetic. That kind of hits everything that I need. I might have a bit more Hinata bias there and almost go S tier and take his cuteness and put it into a girl for me. And I'm like, dang, that's amazing.
I completely agree with all the points that you said. But there's this one thing that lingers for me with Hinata.
He's a baby.
And so I don't think he could create that emotional connection that I would want in a relationship.
Yeah.
He's 100% everything you said, but can he develop the emotional connection needed?
I think he could. I think he's empathetic enough. Like he's so good at making friends. He made friends with Kenma and
that's true.
And the guy from Date Tech who doesn't even talk.
And he values all of his friendships on the team.
How would like a girl respond to Hinata? Like we think of Yachi, like she likes him, I think, a little bit. Especially for how supportive he was toward her in that episode about joining the team.
I think anybody would be happy, but I think there's always going to be the concern of, are they too addicted?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the volleyball issue again.
Yeah.
Do you want to just put him A tier alongside Kageyama?
I think we have to, just because they're so dedicated to volleyball.
I know.
That they might not be able to give their significant other enough attention.
Yeah, that's fair. It's funny because when we do these kind of lists, I'm sure that if we did it tomorrow, I'd put them S tier as well as others lower or higher, right? I like really, I think by the end of it, I'm gonna just put Noya in A tier just because it looks better there.
Looking at the S tiers we see now, we're going for people that are very reliable. And like
we have a daddy and mommy complex.
Apparently.
Darn it.
Oh no.
I knew it. Suki. Oh God. Based on everything I said about Kageyama's kind of stubborn in an adorable way, but Suki for me, I think he'd just be a jerk. Like I like Suki as a character. He's one of my favorites, but like in person, I don't like people who get pleasure from being mean.
Oh, he loves being mean to people. He enjoys it so much.
I can't stand that. Like, what's wrong with you? Why do you gain pleasure from bullying people? Like that's not okay.
But then he has his little moments, and it makes him so much better because he. Wait, give me a second.
The one that's not a volleyball moment. He stood up for Yamaguchi.
Hasn't he been nice to Hinata? I'm pretty sure.
In a teasing way. So like he'd tease a lot in a relationship, which is fine. That's fun, unless it gets on your nerves. And he's got to know when to stop, right? Like there's a line that you shouldn't cross.
Just based off of that conversation, I agree. I'm thinking B.
I could throw him. Yeah, I'll put him in B.
But he also is. He's a really cool person too. Like I do.
Yeah,
I
he's
love.
Smart.
He's really intelligent. He's got a good look to him, but B. And I could see in a relationship too, you're trying to talk him out of something or help him through something, but he just ignores you and sort of stays quiet and doesn't allow you to get through to him. And that's difficult
for sure.
too.
Yeah, he blocks himself off from others, right? He's not open and maybe genuine with himself. Now Yamaguchi is a nice, kind friend. Freckles, got it pretty adorable.
I like him.
Yeah, I like him too.
I actually like him because the only thing is I wish he'd be a little bit more confident and stand up for himself, but he does start to do that a little bit more as the season moves on.
Yeah, I don't find him exciting.
Yeah, he doesn't have that thing, you know?
He's like loyal to Suki, which is nice.
But I feel like he has potential.
Yeah, he does. He's definitely got that, but I just
you freshen up that haircut a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe just get that one thing. It makes you a little bit, that moves past the part you're at.
Do you know what I think of Yamaguchi?
He's a good guy, though.
I feel like he is someone who people wouldn't really consider too much, like in his earlier years. But then by the end of high school, they'd be like, dang, he had a glow up. We should have watched out for him. I could see him having a glow up.
That's so true.
But currently, though, I'd throw him maybe, I don't know, is a pretty much basic nice guy. He's supportive of his friends. I respect it. B, C.
No, B.
B, okay.
I can't go C for him.
You don't want to put them with the second years then.
No,
they're in a category of their own.
They're in the
just
category
from lack of screen time.
Their own.
That's fine.
But
yeah, throw them there.
I respect him, and I think he definitely has the dateability, but just not that special thing.
Okay, now on to the educator. So we got Takeda here, very persistent man.
Like just looking at his face, he's got something else going on. When he gets off at the end of the day, he's something interesting about him. You know, he's going home. He
reads a book.
Reads a book. Maybe he goes on a hike. He might ride a bike.
Wow, he's so interesting.
He got something. He might travel.
I don't know. Just looks wise.
Looks wise aren't fantastic, but
he's very sentimental actually. So maybe he'd be great at like dates, and he'd come up with the most romantic.
He's 100% sentimental.
Things to do. He's one of those guys who would take pictures of you for years and years, and then when he proposes to you, he'd like put them all in a binder and show you, and then you'd cry.
Well, do you want to push for the C?
No, we can go bottom of B.
Bottom of B?
Yeah, okay. Again, not really ranking within the tiers, but yeah.
I'm still questioning this.
No, I know. I already said that I want to put Nishinoya in A by the end of it, but I just want to reflect.
Feeling the same way.
Yeah. So Coach Ukai, younger version. He looks wise. I don't know if. Cool. I think the fan base likes him. I think he's cool. I think he looks.
Yeah, look at that. Look, he got the blonde hair going back. He's got the band.
He's got like a intensity to him, which is cool.
Yeah.
Bad boy look, I suppose.
Tougher guy.
Yeah. I don't really click well with tough people. Like again, I'm more so with the Hinata types.
But he has a soft spot because he's coaching these guys.
But also, we can't forget that his tough demeanor is just that for the most part. I think people see him as the tough guy. Like. When Yachi saw him, he's terrified, but in reality, he's cool. He's not. He's not that bad of a guy.
No.
He talks about drinking in front of his students, which is like maybe he's not really the best at understanding social settings, but
treats all as equal.
Yeah,
doesn't matter what age. I'd put him at top of B if we're not doing A, but I could even put him at A.
Yeah, I think it'd be very casual, like dating someone like him.
It would be casual.
I'm more B, but I'll let you choose.
So let's go top of B then.
Sure.
I'll put him
with the mentality that Noya is. Just throw Noya into A, darn it. He's a lot of fun. I was being too critical before.
Yep.
And now we got Grandpa Ukai. He's Ukai as well, right? Yeah, Grandpa Ukai.
Yeah, S tier, guaranteed. No.
Yeah.
We got to think about this a little bit.
Really, he's just an older version of younger Ukai. I would put him into D, honestly, just because of that. But D's a category where it's like, Who are you?
For dateability,
I'll throw him into C. Darn it.
we got to throw him into C.
He's wise.
And he's got money.
And he's got money, yeah. Perfect. All right. I think I'm fairly content in the list.
I think we're good.
I'm much happier having Nishinoya up there in A, honestly.
Yeah.
Everyone in S and A, people like that, I think they would be a lot of fun in a relationship. I think they'd be good to be in a relationship with. Obviously, we're basing this on our personal opinions, so that's something that would attract me. But in terms of B to D, I just don't think it would work out. For me, at least. There's just something there that I don't value. So let me speak on Yamaguchi just for a moment. I don't know if I want to move him, but I think that I would put him at the end of A just because I value kindness so much more than than being like a salty guy.
Yeah, that's why
I'd probably want to throw him up in A even.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I was thinking with those two specifically.
Yeah.
But we can keep. Let's keep them at the
top. Throw him there. Nice guys don't finish last. Okay.
Okay, we get him up there.
Yay. Whoa, I didn't say Ukai.
Oh, sorry. That was my own opinion.
Okay, fine.
I guess I'll throw him back.
I think now it's time to put it into your hands. Let us know in the comments below where you would rank these characters based on their dateability. Who do you want to be your boyfriend? All of them? Probably.
With that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.